else. Okay, so I'm so excited to see those of you that hopped on tonight. I knew it was with an impromptu one, there wouldn't be tons, and I'm hoping to do more of these impromptu ones throughout the month. So Shannon and I have talked about doing that. So hopefully we're going to have these mini trainings. And so I'm sure that all of you saw today our post in the Diamond Avalanche talking about the rank up and score, and how the majority of people did not realize you had to have at least one new customer with 50 PV to actually earn that bonus. So I want to just go over the rank up and score, just the program real quick, and then if you guys have any questions, you can ask us, but that's just one little piece that's pretty important. So basically, if you are working, so the majority of you on here, let's see, majority of you are silver working for gold, or if you are working for silver, if you reach gold this month, but you have not added at least one new customer with 50 PV or more, then you do not get the double rank bonus with this incentive program. So that's something really important about it to remember. And if you are somebody that's lost your rank and you're working to to regain that rank so that you can get that bonus again this month, then the same thing applies. So that's something really important that I think I just kind of assumed, since it was in the email, that everybody read it, and we should have made it clear. So that's a really important piece. But so Shannon and I both just want to go over just some good little tips and some encouragement for you guys for this month, because the momentum is it's so fun to watch you guys working and adding people and excited. And that jump from silver to gold, it just seems so huge. I remember that. I mean, you just think, I have to go from what to what? So I'm just proud of you all that are working so hard for that. And one of the things I want to encourage you all is, I just was reading something and there was a quote that stuck out to me. There were a couple. The first one is talking about, when we set goals, and I remember that when I first started Plexus, that, even the further I got in my journey, I kept thinking, okay, this is when my team's going to hit it. This is when, all these people are going to get going. And we had the term snowball effect, that there's this snowball effect that's going to happen. And kind of in a sense, what I was saying is, okay, I can sit back a little bit now and my team's going to do the work. Well, that was, first of all, I feel like that was a big stumbling block for me, was that I kept thinking, okay, that's going to happen and I can relax a little bit. And so what I want to encourage you guys with is that your team, as you set these goals, your team's not going to hit their numbers unless you're hitting yours. And what I mean by that is that we talk about how a baseline for our business is 3 new people every month personally. So I want to go personally silver every single month. And that is just so important for our teams to see us building our team personally. And if we're not doing that, our team is not going to be following in our footsteps. Because remember, I always go back to things I talk about with our children. Things are caught, not taught. And so Shannon and I, Amanda, Melissa, Becky, we can teach you till we're blue in the face to add 3 people every month. But if we're not doing it, there's not a high likelihood that you guys are going to be doing it. So that's one of the first things I wanted to mention. And I feel like you guys are all doing a great job of that. I see you each adding new team members, and you're really working to build your team. But that is just something that's so important just to keep in your mind, is that always remember that your team's not going to hit their numbers unless you're hitting your numbers. And so for me personally, Shannon, I'm just going to talk a little bit right now, and then you can jump in with your thoughts, is what I'm doing is, I talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the month, is I am going back to people that contacted me when I first started, and that was 2.5 years ago, and they still have not ordered. People who have shown even a tiny bit of interest. So I'm going back to all those people and revisiting that now. And it's kind of, for me, with the incentives and then also watching our team just growing and reaching out to people, I just feel this excitement, a new excitement. So I hope you all are feeling that, where I have like this new courage to reach out to people. And so I hope you guys are feeling that, but I'm really working on doing that. And when I'm messaging people, I always say how important it is just to be honest, especially if you feel weird about talking to them. And for me, I had some new people that like I've become friends with them, but I haven't talked to them about Plexus, and I didn't want them to think I just, you know how it is. You don't want them to think that's all you care about. So just being honest and telling them that. So that's going to be my first tip, is be honest with people. Just say, you know what? I want you to know my heart is this about my Plexus business, and I want to be your friend no matter what, but I have to tell you that you are somebody I think would be amazing at what I do. And so that's what I've been doing, and I just have been feeling great about reaching out. I feel great about the people who have not responded to me, because I know that those no responses are going to lead to yeses. I feel great about the people who even say no, because I've had yeses along the way. So that's my first little tip that I want to give you guys. Is I did that video earlier today, is that bravery and courage is not the absence of fear. It is doing it anyways. And so that's what just the last few days has been my motto. I've really been trying to operate in that. Okay, Shannon, why don't you share a tip now?
Okay. Okay. First of all, I love what Kimber was talking about with reaching out to people. And I still, as an Emerald, get advice from Kimberly when I am reaching out, and vice versa. So you guys never think there's a point in your journey where you don't need advice in those areas. Responses from somebody and you don't know how to respond to that, reach up or reach down. I do that as well. So just stay humble in this journey, and you'll be surprised by what you learn from people that you just you just didn't think that you should ask for advice or whatnot. I just signed a girl I am so excited about, and her name is Kathy. She's not on right now, but she will see this recording, I'm sure. But I am learning so much from her already, and she's been in for 1 week. It's really exciting to watch. This girl has built a network marketing business prior to Plexus, and she is going to be a huge asset to our team, I believe, just with so much knowledge, and she loves coaching women, and so it's really exciting. So the thing that I have learned with this new person that I signed up, Kathy, first of all, she's a self-starter. And I'm just realizing how important self-starters are. And we have to keep recruiting to get to that self-starter. And I think you guys who are on here know what I'm talking about. I mean, if you're on here, you are a self-starter. But keep searching for that self-starter. They will come. And we oftentimes want to create a self-starter when that's spending a lot of time on that one person, when you could be you keep reaching out to find that self-starter. You're going to be more productive in that area, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to get that kind of out there, because that's on my heart right now. But what we are finding is that, so Kathy just started, and she has lots and lots of contacts, and I want her to spend 95% of her time on her leads. So she is putting a lot of people in a 3-way chat with me and herself. So this is prospects. These are new ambassadors, could be new customers. So she can go about doing her other work, and I can answer the harder questions. And also there's that third-party validation. So this month is so key with third-party validation and allowing your upline who can answer questions really fast to just do that, and you're learning as you go. So this is important with new signups. So you have somebody that just signed up this month, knows nothing about Plexus. They need to be in a 3-way chat within 48 hours of them signing up with somebody in your upline. Obviously, if you're a leader and you're personally doing this, you can utilize us, because I think 3-way chats and third-party validation, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, I still could put somebody in a 3-way chat with Kimberly or Christy, because I still want that third-party validation. So always be thinking about using that third-party validation. okay, so let me get back to, you've signed somebody new. They want to find their three. Again, three-way chat. Okay, let's say Natalie signed somebody up. So immediately she's going to put that person in a three-way chat with Kimberly. And she's going to say, this is my upline, Kimberly. She, or my friend and upline. Always use the word friend. I think it sounds so much better than upline. And she's been in Plexus for 2 years. She has a lot of knowledge. She is an emerald and has a heart of gold, something like that. And then Kimberly's going to introduce herself and kind of get the conversation going. And for me personally, I have made a video to kind of ease that new ambassador's fears about just joining, because you guys, that first 48 hours is like an emotional roller coaster. Did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? So it's so important that we get a hold of them in the first 48. And I like to say, I would like to set up a call within the first 48 hours even. I think it's that important. I really, really do. And so they've watched this video, and my video is all about finding their goals and meeting them where they are at. And it just gets the process going. So that's part of a system. And I think that's what our team has been trying to do for several months now, is find a system that is really effective in trying to pull those goals out of people that they didn't even know were there, helping them dream bigger, and also will help with retention. I mean, how many white lines do we have? And I think they could be prevented by these three-way calls. I really, really do. That's how important I think it is. So this Rank Up in Score month is, we need to utilize it. Utilize those three-way chats. We're going to be busy, but it's worth it, you guys. I think there needs to be even just a little bit more hype in this. This is huge. I mean, like, seriously, when we got the message, I was in tears because I knew this was going to take our team somewhere that we have never been. So, I mean, some of you that have lost rank, have lost gold or senior gold, or, you know, you are gold and you have a husband under you that is not silver yet. Holy cow, that's a lot of cash you guys could earn this month. So get excited about that. And then when you're signing up people right away, that third-party validation to help them find three is going to be key. And like I said, utilize your upline for those three-way chats. So am I missing something, Kimberly?
No, I don't. I think that's great. What I was going to say is, when I first heard about three-way chats, like, I feel like I heard about those way, like a year and a half ago, and they said, put them in a three-way chat. And I thought, there is no way I'm doing that. There's no way that I'm just sticking them in a chat with somebody. But now that we have been doing it, it is super effective. So I know several of you on the call here do that with your upline, or you do that with people on your team. And if you're one of those people thinking, there's no way I'm doing that, I don't want to push something on that person, that's exactly what I thought. And oh, if I had started doing that back when I first heard about it, it's super effective. And what I love about it, okay, so we hear work smart, not hard. And this is working smart, because first of all, this is I know for Shannon and I, it's one of our favorite things is to do these three-way validation message or call. And we're doing the work for you, and you're learning, and you can focus on leads. So I just feel like it's really working smart. And I would highly suggest do as many of those as you can.
Yeah, when looking back, you guys, I was terrified when somebody advised me to do three-way calls. And I'd be reaching out to somebody who's ranked up to Emerald or Sapphire. How did you do it? And they're like, girl, you've got to do three-way calls. And I was like, three-way calls with somebody who doesn't want to work the business? Are you kidding me? Like, I want to hide under a rock before I do that. And now I absolutely love it, because I am reassuring them, you don't have to work this business. But it's my goal that you don't have to pay for your Plexus products out of non-Plexus earnings. So that's my new phrase to say to people is, that's my goal. If you don't want that for yourself, if you're fine paying for it without of non-Plexus earnings, then that's fine. But that is my personal goal for every single ambassador who joins this team. So I hope that all of you who are on here can kind of adapt that goal to your, as your own, adopt that goal to as your own, that any person who joins, don't discount them. I mean, they know people that need these products. So make it your goal for your ambassadors as well to get their products paid for. And once you start doing that, that's when your team's going to grow, because you're going to find somebody who wants to run with you. And you guys, that's the key. You got to keep searching for those runners. And in the meantime, you've got to do this. You've got to get people to silver, because somebody's going to catch on and go, holy cow, I'm going to make this my career and I'm going to run with you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And I was just reading something before we got on about, we hear people say, with Plexus, you have gold in your backyard. And so this person was saying, if you actually, someone said, I know that there are 3 gold bars in your backyard, would you give up until you found them? Like, say even it took you a few weeks, and then you would slow down maybe a little, you'd have some discouragement, but you're like, I know they're there. And so that was just a good analogy, the actual gold, because that's how it is with Plexus. Is I know I've heard so many people say, I'm tired of carrying the team on my own. I need some runners. Where are my runners? I just want to reassure you that you will find runners. You will find self-starters. Sometimes you have to dig a long time before you find someone. For me, I found Shannon right away, and then it was a long time until I had some of the other runners on our call here join. And so just to know, keep digging and keep looking, because you guys, there is gold out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, I think this not only helps us with this month, but just in your Plexus journey, when you find, the qualities of somebody that you want on your team, write them down and then work on them for yourself. Like I keep going back, like Melissa Eichenhorst. I would love to recruit somebody like Melissa Eichenhorst, because she is so organized. I am not organized, and I have to work on that. And actually, we're doing this, that October breakthrough group in positive affirmations. And it's one area that I struggle in speaking positively over that part of my life. And if I want somebody like Melissa, then I need to become that person. I am who I am. I'm not ever going to be Melissa, and I'm okay with that, because that's how God created us. But you get what I'm saying. So if you are looking for those runners and you want this on your team, you better make sure that you're putting in the work, you guys. Nobody ever told you signing up for this was easy. It's not. We all know that. But wake up every morning deciding that this is your business, and be proud of that, and work it like it is your business, and do the things daily that you're going to see fruit down the road. I promise you. It might seem like, you're doing this for, you decide, okay, every single day I'm going to have my daily method of operation list right there for 5 days, and see how it goes. And you get to that 5th day and you're like, I haven't found my runner yet. You guys, it's only been 5 days. You might have to do that for 6 months, and then find somebody who's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be diamond tomorrow, So just keep at it. Keep finding that gold.
Yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, that it's just such a huge key to our journey, but also to this month, is I know those of you on this call that you have a goal. That's one of the reasons you're on here. You want to make the most of this month. Okay, so going back to our mind, what we think about, we bring about. Okay, and so I want to remind you guys, keep that goal in front of you. Shannon will attest to my craziness. Like when I am like, I'm going to make it, and I don't care if I have to add 500 points this month, our team, we can do this. And so, in some months I missed it, but that's okay. I made it a lot sooner than if I had not been crazy. So crazy is good. If you feel like your goal this month is like crazy, then you are in the right place. So I want to encourage you, first of all, is if you don't have one of our goal sheets up for whatever your goal is this month and long term, go print those off. If you go to our Diamond Avalanche and hit in the search bar, do goal sheets, I think that I have every rank in there up to Emerald. I don't have Sapphire and Diamond in there yet, but go get those up on your refrigerator. I want to encourage you to, if you don't have that, have something where, I mean, I remember that I would write when I hit senior, was it senior gold? Is that 200? Which one's 250 people? Maybe it was Ruby. I wrote down every single name every time someone got active. I was like, we're going to do this, and 250 people are going to be active, and it is exciting. So just keep that in front of you mentally, and then have your dream keeper. Okay, if that's me, Shannon, whoever is your upline or sideline, that's your dream keeper, you go to them and you say, is this going to happen? And that dream keeper will say, I know it's going to happen for you. And so Shannon did that with me. I did that with my mom. We all have those dream keepers that when we're like, oh my gosh, there's no way. And you feel like you're going to go crazy and you think, why did I even tell somebody this was my goal? This is never going to happen and it's going to be horrible when I don't hit it. I'm just telling you this from experience. Or you're like crying over in the corner. That's when you contact your dream keeper. That's what we're here for, is to keep each other's dream when we feel like it's not going to happen. Because not only are we human, but we're women, and we have so many emotions into this business. So that is going to happen. So just keep that goal in front of you and have your dream keepers to keep speaking life and speaking that goal over you.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you probably have all heard this. If your goals aren't scary enough, then they're not big enough. Can I encourage you guys to make huge goals for the next couple of weeks as we end October? I mean, we're halfway there. So as we approach the second part of October, create a big goal for this month, you guys, because Plexus is being very generous, and who knows the next time that they will ever do something like this ever again. So this could be really huge for your team, and I just want you guys to grasp that. There's a reason why I got so emotional when this message came to me, because I knew it was going to take our team to hire. It's just going to blow us up. Mm-hmm. And I just want you guys to dream big and be willing to put the effort in. You decide what your activity is going to be like every day, and that is going to determine your outcome, really. And I want to just talk about also time, because a lot of us will say we don't have time. I've been there. I know it. But that is I didn't realize that's another negative that you are putting into your mind. You're speaking over yourself in your mind, in your heart, and in your day. And if you are constantly saying, I don't have time, then you won't have time. But if you are speaking in a positive way, like, I will have time. I will have time to reach out to 5 new leads. I will have time to reach out or to follow up with my 5 people that I reached out to last week. I will have time to get a quick workout in today. And all those things, all those thoughts that you are putting into your mind, you're gonna create time. And let me just say, we don't do this business right now because we have time. We do it because we want time in our future. So please remember that. Those days that you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I have not showered, I've been on my phone and my computer all day, just know that you're doing this so in the future you can have time, that you and your family can go on a vacation for a week to Florida, because, well, maybe I shouldn't say Florida right now, but to Hawaii or Disney World or whatever. I guess that's in Florida, but you are able to take that time with your family because of those days that you were going, oh my gosh, how am I going to get things done? So please just remember the end result, and remember that the time you put into this is valuable. So you might go a little crazy. You might feel like, oh my gosh, I'm like bombarded. That's good. That is so good, because I'm realizing if you're sitting there and you're like scrolling through Facebook and looking at people's statuses, that's not good. That means you don't have any leads. You don't have anybody to follow up with. You don't have any customers to check on. You don't have any ambassadors to check on. So create that and tell yourself daily that you are going to create that. And I think you're going to be, I know you're going to be amazed by the fruit that comes about when you start getting into that mindset. So I'm off my soapbox now.
Okay, I want you guys to know something. Did you know that I added Shannon to my team? She is awesome, isn't she? Like, imagine having a Shannon on your team. I mean, you guys, that's the goal. Wow. I just love, but seriously, that's what this business is, I mean, I'm like, I added her, like God gave her to me. I'm so amazed. It's just as amazing. So just be encouraged, because we did not start out like this. Like, it's just so fun to listen to you, Shannon. So anyways, she is gold. You guys are gold. Keep digging for that gold. And I had one awesome thing I wanted to end with, and it totally just left me. Do any of you guys have any questions about the promo or just anything at all before we hop off? And maybe my thing will come back to me that I was going to say.
Or does anybody want to say anything? Like, inspire.
Yeah. Yes. If anything stuck out to you or anything is really, sometimes there's just something that's really resonated with you lately, feel free to share that right now.
Okay, I can share something.
Okay.
Yay!
So it's hilarious, Kimber, because you said, or was it you, Shannon? One of you just said, it was so funny, like, it was you, Kimber, how we need a gold champion. What'd you call it, Kimber?
Dreamkeeper.
Dreamkeeper, thank you. And it was just so funny, because my husband literally just told me, like, honey, during that time of the month, maybe you shouldn't really really talk about not meeting your goals, because you really get down every time during the month. And then you said, well, hey, we're women anyway. I was just cracking up, but it's just so true. I love the idea of a dream keeper. And so I'm going to implement that and talk more about that. And when I'm not feeling my dream, Kimber, you'll be hearing from me a little bit more. But that was just really good. That was a good nugget. I like that
one. Good. Mandy, did you mean to raise your hand?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to say that I'm one of the ones that have been in Plexus for quite some time, but haven't ever taken it too seriously till recently. And just to see the evolution of you, Kimber, and Shannon is pretty mind-blowing and very encouraging, because this is it is a personal growth process. So thank you for being the leaders that we want to find on our team. And because you're leading by example, it's making me like, I need to act like the gold girl that I was a few months ago. And what is it that I need to do? Because I'm looking for that person, So I just wanted to say thank you to you and Shannon for acting like the diamonds that you're going to be someday, and for leading us that way. Because I know, you've been there, you've done that, you're still in it. Just because you've made an emerald, I'm sure there's days you want to pull your hair out still. And so thank you for loving us and for the wisdom, because I wrote everything down, and I'm hoping to share this with my team too. But to see the growth in the both of you is pretty dang encouraging, because I feel like it is. And the money is great. I'm sure it's great. But that's the part you can't take with you. And the parts that you can take with you, we see that in the both of you. So that's awesome. So thank you.
Oh, Mandy.
Yes. Thank you so much. And Mandy, just like you just were saying, I'm going to be the gold I was a few months ago. I just was saying to Shannon, I don't know if it was, maybe it was last week. It feels like it was a month ago that I was like, okay, I feel like I'm back. Like, I'm going to be the emerald I know that I can be, that I know. So we all go through that, where it's like we have those seasons and it's like, okay, okay, I feel it. You know what? I'm going to move forward and act like I know I should be. And so we all feel that way. Yeah, we're all on that journey for sure.
And Mandy's heard me talk about that. Like, because I mean, definitely in my journey as well, like I realized I was not acting like a sapphire or an emerald on her way to being sapphire. I was acting like somebody who was kind of complacent at being emerald. And I realized my team is not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to go anywhere if I don't start stepping up my role and acting like the rank above me. And I want to encourage you guys to do that. So think about that rank that is above you and start being that rank. Start now, like tonight. And you're going to find that it's going to bless you and you're going to see the fruit of it. But yeah, I mean, it is crazy the growth that I have gone through personally in the last 2 years. And just one thing, like Kimberly and I had to work on our relationship over the last 2 years, you guys. It hasn't always been easy and trusting each other. But now we have, because we know it's so important and our team will not thrive if we do not work on that. Plus, we've learned that we love each other and that we're there for each other. And it's just been a beautiful relationship that God has definitely ordained. And I just want to encourage you guys to, with your team members, to do that, because there's just so much power when we're all kind of, what's the word? Like doing the same, like we're all in sync. We are, I guess kind of like breathing together. Like we're all moving at the same time, together and celebrating each other together. And, so anyways, that was just a little side note. But yeah.
Anybody else, anything you want to add? Okay, Shannon, did you have anything else?
No, I'm just so excited. And, if you were feeling kind of defeated this week, like you're not where you thought you would be the first half of the month, get that fire again and get after it. I know that you guys have leads that you're working with, and, I think everyone on here we're all women of faith, but you guys just pray over them and pray that God will give you the words. And, maybe it's just being their friend. Maybe it's not the month for them, but you're planting those seeds. And I will say, like, going back to my friend Kathy that I just joined, she told me, or that I just signed, she told me today that she just appreciated so much that I was her friend first. And I really didn't approach her with this business. I did tell her about the products. And I do think there's people that we need to tell about the business, but I was nurturing a relationship, and with no intentions of her, the underlying issue or underlying reason of being her friend to be on my team. And it's just, I feel like that's what God's called me to do. And I really feel like that's what God calls this team to do, is just to develop those relationships. I know that's hard for some of us, but this is a development program, and you're going to be so blessed by doing those, by just getting yourself outside of that comfort zone. So that's really all I had. Just get that excitement, make those goals this month, make them scary, help your teammates to make scary goals. And then one more thing, stay off the emotional roller coaster. The time where you sign an ambassador, you're so excited, and then you're like up here and you're kind of sit back, maybe complacent for a couple days, and then all of a sudden you have a customer quit and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm going to go to the candle company or something, like you're ready to switch careers. Stay steady, you guys. If somebody could have helped me do that at the beginning, I really think I would have blossomed a little bit sooner, I think. But really, really try to keep your emotion steady. When you're messaging somebody and they don't message you back, first of all, you should not be thinking that right then, because all you're thinking about is, okay, where's my next lead? And then you're going to think about them on follow-up day. Okay. You're not worried. I remember Ruth Wheat saying, I message people and then I forget about it. I'm not sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, they think I'm dumb. Oh dear. Like they think I'm the crazy Plexus lady. Stay off. This is a business. This is a business. You have something to offer. And if they don't take you up on it, that's not you. So stay off of that roller coaster and keep going to the next lead. It will make you a better person. It'll make you a better leader. It'll make you a better friend. And getting offended by those things, I'm sorry, you won't be diamond. If you get offended by those things, you will not make it to the top of this company. I promise you that. So stay off the roller coaster. Don't get offended. Work on those positive affirmations. You have something to offer. You are inspiring. You are empowering. And you are, what's the word?
Inspirational.
Inspirational. I always forget one.
Yeah.
So be thinking that every single time you are messaging somebody. So that's what I got.
Awesome. Okay. And I just want to end with, does anybody want to feel empowered? I have a little assignment. Who wants to be empowered? Okay. If you want to be empowered, I need to ask you all to have 30 seconds of courage. Okay. Who's like the one person, if you have one person that you're like, they would be awesome on my team, but I'm scared to say something. If you want to feel empowered, have 30 seconds of courage, even do it tonight and message that person. So think of somebody like that and have 30 seconds of courage. That's what I did earlier today. And I was like, I am on top of the world. I have courage. I don't care if they ever respond, honestly, but I had courage and that empowered me, which then flows into my team. So that's what I want to end with is if you want to feel empowered, have 30 seconds of courage and step out and do that one person that you always think, I should talk to them.
That's
okay,
awesome.
and I want to hear about it then once you guys do that.
Carrie has one question, and I'm going to answer that for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, will you say the phrase you use again about not paying for your products? Okay, so what I say is it is my goal that every single ambassador on my team never has to pay for their products out of non-Plexus earnings. So.
And this call's recorded, so you'll be able to go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted, Carrie? I'm guessing it probably is. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not that fast at unmuting myself.
Oh,
but yes,
okay.
I just wanted you to repeat it. I'm like, oh, that was so good, but I was helping Ava when you said it the first time. So
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for hopping on, and I'm excited to hear about you guys taking steps to empower yourself and everybody around you.
Woohoo! I love this team. Good night, you guys.
Good night.